one of the challenges, I think, to understanding who are the protagonists in this Third World War that we're entering is, in a demographic and an economic sense, China is not thriving, right? They have a lot of problems. And so people might find it somewhat strange to think that they're actually going to lead the charge as a major threat in this next process. I know you have some thoughts on that and what is compelling China to act the way it is.
Okay, so we've definitely highlighted that America is the last of the Western Christian empires in a 500-year super Christian system that started with the Catholic faiths and then ended up with the Protestant maritime faiths to create global maritime hegemony that went from the Dutch to the British to the Americans and is now up for grabs with the challenge. On the other side of the equation, you've got the Chinese. And you're absolutely right. If you look at their empire curve, this one that started in the Boxer Revolution, the first phase was up until the end of their civil war. And what people forget is they then went to war with everyone for the next 25 years. And what stopped them from expanding further? America got control of the USSR in the Cold War. It came off the peak in 75 and it started to create barriers that prevented expansion. So this empire called China was relatively in its own system ready to go elbows out, but it was constrained by the American glass ceiling. And it tried one more time in 96 in the third Taiwan Straits crisis, and it was met with two carrier groups and a new, and it went, oh, that's not going to work. We won't be doing any overt challenging for a while. So what the Chinese did was really quite unique in history. They migrated their overt challenge to a covert challenge, and they seduced the West to bring its manufacturing base to China, where inflation was low, to keep inflation low in a part of the cycle that actually I think would have increased and saw much greater inflation from 2000 to 2010, which also then allowed money printing to function. But their deal was to get us to invest in the biggest industrial base in the world, strip us of our IP, and then use that industrial base as a war machine to outproduce us and beat a physical war.